It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? Great game in store for y'all. And it comes your way next.
Let's go, baby.
Welcome to Baltimore's Inner Harbor. 70,000 plus have filled M&T Bank Stadium since 1998, the home of the Ravens. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson. Or should I say Dean Olson, because tight end U doesn't happen without you. And we've got a great matchup here. We've got two of the best at your position in the current game right now.
And Mike, when I came into the league, almost 20 years ago, there was a handful of really elite tight ends. But doesn't it just seem, especially over these last couple years, every single team, at least the ones that make their mark and find themselves in the playoffs competing for Super Bowls, have a legitimate #1 threat at the tight end position. It almost feels like if you don't have a tight end, your offense is missing a key piece. I know I'm biased, but at tight end U, man, we make no mistake about it. We think we are the most important position in football, and you're not going to convince me otherwise.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. And leading them, Greg, the veteran out of West Virginia, it's Geno Smith.
You just can't say enough about Geno and his turnaround over the last couple years, Mike. Many thought he was destined to just be a career backup and just play out the rest of his career. And when things didn't play out at first, instead of just listening to those doubters, he just kept working on his craft. And next thing you know, he gets an opportunity with a new team, makes the most of it, and he's now solidified himself as a bona fide franchise quarterback in this league.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. In motion, that's the tight end, Mayer.
Penetration is the key to run defense. Stop the running back before he has a chance to get started. That's exactly how it played out here.
Here comes 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, Smith. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. Tylan Wallace deep for Baltimore. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Ravens offense taking the field for the first time, led by their quarterback, league MVP in 2019 and 2023, Lamar Jackson.
We had a couple of his games early in his career, and of course, all the way to his days back in college, his athleticism jumps off the screen. But Mike, these last couple years, his development as a true passer, his ability to operate from the pocket, that's what's really taken his game to this MVP level. And tell you what, we didn't think there was a lot more things that he could do on a football field, and it seems like every year he's proven otherwise.
Second down and 8. It's the tight end Likely in motion. Play action now. Jackson. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
We've seen a little bit of a transformation across the defensive tackle position. And what I mean, Mike, is years ago, they were on the interior of the line to stuff the run. They were big bodies taking up space. Now, not only do you have to defend the run, You have to be able to win one-on-one matchups and get to the quarterback.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the gun, Jackson. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
On 4th down, the Ravens call on Jordan Stout to punt. Deep for the Raiders, it's Trey Tucker. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Raiders offense ready now for their 2nd drive. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Really nice start for this defense here early through the 1st quarter. 2 different players each recording a sack. Offensive line's going to have to get together on the sideline with their coach and identify where's the weakness in our protection, how can we get extra bodies and extra attention, because we still got a long way to go in this one.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Now a give up the middle. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Smith. Quick throw here is complete. A gain of 11 on that one. 1st down, Vegas.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Room to run past midfield. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
This is already a little better than the first time they had the ball, Mike. Remember, opening possession, 3 and out. Showing some signs of life here now. Nice pick up there by the back to pick up the 1st down.
On 1st down, here's Gino to throw. He's going to tuck it and go. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
A 2nd down throw for Smith. Open man. That's Trey Tucker. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
Smith from the gun on third down. That is caught. What a throw. Trey Tucker. Touchdown, Vegas.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, like it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Carlson's kick is good. And the Raiders will take a 7-0 lead. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. Justice Hill to return. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense ready for their second possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. He's able to get away from one man, but those reinforcements, they got there quick. Take him down behind the line.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
They'll motion over Flowers. Jackson now on 2nd down. He's got his tight end, Mark Andrews.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Here's 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. That's complete. It's Justice Hill out of the backfield.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
So after 1, 7-0 is our score. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. Here's Jordan Stout now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. A fair catch called for and made just beyond their own 15. The Raiders offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. They lead it here in the 2nd quarter, 7-0, as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. That one never got started. Too much defensive pressure. They dropped him in the backfield.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
From the shotgun, it's Smith. Off-balance throw. It's complete. He'll get out of bounds, a gain of 8, and that's going to be good enough for a first down.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
He gets this one to Tucker, and that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield, so that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
Couple of first downs already on this drive, and they'll go first down from the 43. Off the play fake, Smith. Now he'll run. And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
Here's 2nd and 6. Play action now. It's Gino. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
It's so easy to underestimate the speed of this quarterback until you get on the field. They break down your pursuit angle so quickly because of that speed, so give credit to the defense. They understand it's a collective effort to contain this guy, and this time, defense wins and brings him down for a sack.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
Here's A.J. Cole now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Wallace now on the return. And he'll get something there on the return, able to take this back to the 20-yard line. The Ravens offense ready to take over possession of the football. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. On play action, here's Jackson. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. One of the Raiders has got it. Well, that changed quickly. A terrific scramble, getting downfield, picking up yardage, but then dropping the football. It comes out, and the defense comes up with the recovery.
There's not many quarterbacks in the league, Mike, that can make that play with their legs. It's just such a shame that at the end of that run, he fails to protect the ball. The defense is able to jar it loose and take it away of what otherwise was a pretty fantastic play there by that quarterback.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now they'll run. It's a counter. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line, maybe a yard. Kyle Hamilton, the former Notre Dame star, able to make the play. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Gina. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
3rd down and 9. Off the play fake, it's Smith. He'll try to run for it.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They'll go. Smith gets that one complete to his tight end, Bowers.
This play is actually really well defended here, but I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
They'll run it on the inside handoff. He'll be taken down after a short pickup. It's at the 27. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Now Smith. To the goal line and in. Brock Bowers. Touchdown, Raiders.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes, and this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
Now Carlson to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Raiders move out on top, 14-0. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. Here comes Hill on the return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Ravens offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. He'll find Hill out of the backfield. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
To the tight end, Likely. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Now Jackson. He's going to put it up, take a shot for Hopkins. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. They'll break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll motion over Flowers. Jackson up top again. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Elandon Roberts.
I would love to see his weapons do a better job, Mike, especially in the middle of the field, getting open in these zones. I just feel like there's been tight coverage, a lot of little windows to throw through, and yes, anytime you turn the ball over, it's on the quarterback, but the rest of this supporting unit needs to do a better job helping him.
The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. Their lead sits at 14-0 here in this second quarter, looking to run away with this one before halftime. Smith to throw on 1st down.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Here's Gino. That's a short one, caught by Bowers. And they'll have it across midfield, down at the opposing 46-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Smith to throw on 1st and 10. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. To throw is Smith. He's got the Golden Domer. That's Michael Mayer. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And this is going to work out for him. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. The Ravens offense going to get it one final time in this first half. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. Open man downfield. It's DeAndre Hopkins with the grab. Now the Ravens use their first timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in half number 1. From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. In motion comes Andrews. On 1st and 10, Jackson. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. Second and 7. Jackson looking to throw. He'll try and set up the screen to Hill. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, Continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
That's caught right side. It's Hopkins.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
To the air one more time with Jackson. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
All right, Mike, we'll take it from there as we welcome everyone into our EA Sports Studios and our halftime report. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens headed back out again. And he has had all sorts of trouble in this one. Your quarterback has to take care of the ball, and he has not. Turning it over in the air, turning it over as a fumbler. You just cannot win football games in this league when the quarterback's giving the defense the ball, and that's what he's done in this one. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. On the option, they give it to Henry. And the defense right on that. I don't know if keeping would have done any better. No gain on that one.
At this point in the game, Mike, we just haven't seen a lot of fire out of this offense. Here's another run, simple handoff, no gain.
They'll try again. It's second and 10. Bateman is the motion man. Second down, Jackson. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. A first down there on a pickup of 17.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
Jackson now on second down. He finds Likely, his tight end. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
In motion comes Andrews. Jackson now to throw on first down. Looking for his tight end on the corner route. He's got it. 17 yards, the gain there. Good for a Raven first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
They'll motion over Flowers. Again, it's Jackson. And he'll take it on in. Mark Andrews. Touchdown, Ravens. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Now Justin Tucker for the point after. His kick is good. And the Ravens are on the board. It's now 14-7. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. To return, Tyreek McAllister. Oh, he's got room past the 30. The Raiders offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. This drive will start on the ground, and he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Smith. He'll get this one to his safety valve, complete. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. Open man, left side, he's got it. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch.
Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Working out of the gun, Smith. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
You hear quarterback coaches say it all the time. Let's get our guy easy completions. Well, that falls certainly into that category, Mike, but when you fail to connect on those, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Play action now. It's Gino. He'll try and get there on the ground.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the 1st down.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll get this forward only to about the 32-yard line. On second down, they run the counter. He did a good job of making one man miss, but could not get away from this defense in the end. It turns into a loss of yardage.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
From the gun on third down, Smith. Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
The Raiders send their punt team out, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. That's going to be out of bounds, no return, and the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. The home team's offense, and Lamar Jackson getting set to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. And he'll fight forward for a couple of yards, but a flag is down, and the linemen are already walking back. It's the tight end Likely in motion. From the gun, Jackson. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. Second and 11. On the ground, this is Justice Hill. They get 15 on that game. 1st down, Baltimore.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that can all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
A give right up the middle to Henry. Still keeping the legs moving, somehow managing to turn that into a gain. Here's 2nd and 9. Hopkins sent in motion. So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. In the pistol, Jackson ready. A quick slant to Flowers. It's a gain of 10 yards. Good for a Raven 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. Well, you can tell that the defense had seen that play on game tape, and they were ready for it. They tried to do a little jet sweep pop pass out of the gun. Defense was all over it. Nowhere to go, no gain.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Bateman is the motion man. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. play coming up. This is third down. Jackson up top again. And he's got it to Flowers for the connection. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
Okay, so now you pick up that first down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the 2 needed needs to be fast because you need every possession you can here late in the fourth quarter.
It's the tight end Likely in motion. On the handoff, it's Henry. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
They'll motion over Flowers. He'll get this out to the left flat. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
In motion comes Andrews. On 3rd and 1, here's Jackson. There's the veteran tight end, Andrews. And it looks like he's going to have a first down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs.
Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize how many yards do I need to get for the first down, and just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they're able to convert.
He'll be bogged down. Short pickup to the 25. Second down and 8. It's the tight end Likely in motion. We're going to go right back to Henry. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down. Now Jackson. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a first down.
Those plays are killers for a defense. You think you have the quarterback hemmed in, you think you have a chance for your pass rush to get you off the field. Instead, he gets away, picks up some tough yards, and sets his team up first and goal.
Sure, they're thinking about the decision after the touchdown since they're down 7, but first they've got to get the TD. It is first down and goal. And he's in! Lamar Jackson! Touchdown, Baltimore. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. A huge touchdown there in the fourth quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the fourth quarter. All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Raiders offense and Geno Smith getting ready for their next possession. And I want to take you through the highlights here. They have been plentiful from the quarterback position. Has the offense running at a high efficiency throughout, and will try to sustain it here down the stretch. Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Smith. This is intercepted. Picked off by the rookie out of Georgia. And he's going to give a short field to his offense here as they try to break the tie.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. They'll have a short field ahead as they look to break our tie. It is 1st and 10. This is Henry. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. He'll go again here with Henry. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
He's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. Jackson to his big target, Andrews, for the Baltimore first down. Here's Henry. And a minimal gain there, down to the 20. They'll come up for 2nd and 9. Henry. And he's able to find a crease, get ahead for 7, and he'll bring up 3rd down. It's the tight end Likely in motion. Now Henry. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 3. Henry tries to bull his way in. He'll try to push forward, but only a yard, down to the 2. Second and goal. It's the tight end Likely in motion. Again, it'll be Henry. And this one's blown up. It's back at the 5-yard line now.
It makes sense on 2nd and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have 3rd down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to...
He'll take this down to the 2, but that is it. Good job by the defense to hold it to a gain of 3 and set up 4th down.
Well, this sets up a big call here, Mike, on 4th down. You find yourself in a tie ball game with the ball. Do you decide to keep your offense on the field and try to play for 6, or are you content coming off the field, taking the lead by 3? We'll see what this coach decides.
This kick is good, and they take the lead in the final minute of this game.
And that's just got to be a great feeling over on that sideline, Mike. I mean, an excellent job by this offense to give yourself a chance to win it. And then this kick. I mean, what's left to be said? It was never in doubt, and it's going to lead this team to a victory.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This is 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. That's to the right side and caught by Bowers. They'll come up now for 2nd down. Gino to throw. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Now he'll air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. The defense holds here in the final minute. And they're going to get out of here with a victory. So it's a win here for the Ravens. They took this one down to the wire. The late field goal does the trick. They walk away with the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are victorious as we say so long from Baltimore.